sleep in the postpartum period. This is probably the top thing that many parents are concerned about when they have a new baby, and definitely the number one thing that everyone likes to talk about. Is your baby a good baby? Does it sleep through the night? You know, this kind of mentality baffles me because no babies are good or bad. If your baby is waking, it's because they have a biological need for survival that needs to be met. Okay, they're not going, oh, I'm really going to tick mum off by waking her up now. You know, so changing the way we think about sleep in the postpartum period is really important, to have realistic expectations, and you know, acknowledge that it's actually really normal for babies to wake up in the night. So our lactation hormones are actually highest in the early hours of the morning, so between kind of 12 and 4 a.m. So this is why lots of babies will want to cluster feed during that time to help increase mum's milk supply. And babies have these tiny, tiny little tummies that fill up easily and quickly, but then also empty really easily. So they need to be constantly refilled, okay? And again, that's for your baby's biological survival. Now, we do hear some myths that if you introduce formula, because that's harder for baby's gut to break down, that baby will sleep for longer. They did some research on this and they found that it's actually untrue, that breastfeeding actually improves the amount of sleep that new mums get in the night. And that's because, as we spoke about in the hormones section, once your sleep starts to regulate, you will start to produce melatonin in your breast milk at nighttime, and that will help for baby to have a little feed and then drift off to sleep much easier. It's also much easier to just attach baby to the breast than it is to make up a bottle, feed the bottle, wash bottles, preparing them, all of that kind of thing in the middle of the night. So when it comes to sleep, remembering in this 4th trimester, so that's the first 3 months of baby's life, that they're still in that womb-like state where they need everything around them to feel like the womb, okay? And many parents get really distressed in this period of time because they can't put the baby down. The baby won't sleep on its own. And this is so normal, really, really normal. So instead of fighting biology and making things harder for ourselves, we actually get more sleep if we just surrender to what our baby's needs are in this period of time. And our baby needs to be in an environment that is womb-like. And as we know, the number one thing that's womb-like is being with mum. So in the daytime, wearing a baby carrier or baby wearing, as we call it, is a really great way for baby to feel safe and secure, stress levels reduced, really good brain development and formation happening for your baby, and you to be able to be up and moving around, going for a nice walk. If you want to, you can also rest. That's absolutely fine as well. So baby wearing is a really great way for you and baby to do the things that you want to do. Make yourself, you know, something to eat, make yourself a sandwich or whatever, get yourself a drink of water while baby is baby wearing, and baby can be having a nice sleep. In the night time, and if you do put baby down, however, making sure that you're having a look on the SIDS and Safe Sleeping guidelines and recommendations on the Red Nose website, okay? Really, really important to make sure that when baby's left to sleep on their own, that they're done in a safe environment, and you can have a look on that website for all of those guidelines. So these guidelines have significantly reduced the risk of SIDS. But thinking about, on top of your safe sleeping at nighttime, again, creating that sleep space womb-like. So baby should still be in your room for the first 6 to 12 months. So making the room nice and dark. Okay, so when the room is dark, or we have darkness, that increases melatonin. Okay, so whether it's in your breast milk or when baby gets to an age where they can produce and regulate their own melatonin as well, having a nice dark room is really good for inducing good sleep. Also in your womb, it's very dark, okay? So this is mimicking that womb-like environment. The other thing is white noise. So when baby was in your womb, they were listening to the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of the placenta. And white noise can also drown out a lot of other, dogs barking or other noises that may be going on that could potentially wake baby up. Okay, so not too loud, but having some nice soft white noise in the background is also really soothing for your baby. And this is why that shh sound works when we're hushing baby to sleep as well. So the other thing is smells. So when baby can smell mum, they are calmer. So if you have, say, a blanket or a sheet that you have used that you then could safely swaddle baby up in, then that's going to produce your smell and help baby be nice and calm as well when baby's swaddled up and put in their bassinet or cot. So on swaddling, that is the next thing. So babies sleep much better when they're swaddled firmly. Okay, so in the womb again as well, babies were tucked in. They didn't have all this room to flap their arms around. They were tucked in really firmly inside of your tummy. And so that's why swaddling and having baby wrapped up really, firmly can help baby have a much better sleep. Babies also have this startle reflex where they put their arms up like this. So if baby does that, that can wake them up. So having baby's arms swaddled down nice and safely is really important. And again, making sure that the blankets are not too loose so that if baby does bring their arms up, they're not bringing the blankets up over their face. So make sure you jump on that SIDS website, Red Nose website, to have a look at the safe sleeping guidelines. There are lots of amazing swaddling videos on YouTube, which is why I haven't included them in this course because swaddling, there's lots of different styles and there's lots of different ways. There's those great sleeping bags that you can use. So I encourage you to have a look at those, grab a doll, grab a little swaddle and practice doing that at home. Also in the hospital, the midwives are there and they're going to teach you that as well. Now, something that gets a bad rap when it comes to sleep is feeding to sleep. Again, this is a cultural thing. Biologically, we are designed to feel sleepy ourselves, but also for baby to want to go to sleep after a feed. So feeding your baby to sleep is okay. Okay, please don't buy into a lot of the nonsense that we're told about bad habits when it comes to doing what our biological functions are as human beings in terms of raising our babies. Now, what goes completely against biology is the cried out methods. So there is a really good reason why it's hard to listen to a baby cry, and that is because it's damaging for them. And it's our job as mothers and as parents to teach our babies that they are loved and to nurture them and care for them. Any book or sleep program that recommends the cried out methods is not got the best interest of your baby's well-being at heart. So I strongly recommend you to ignore all books and sleep methods and coaching programs that teach you the cried out method. It is not evidence-based and it's really, really harmful to you and your baby. If you are looking for more information about sleep, especially once baby gets out of that third trimester, and maybe you want to just develop some really healthy sleeping patterns or behaviors with you and baby, then I recommend Sarah Ockwell-Smith's book, The Gentle Sleep Book. Okay, now she is a psychologist, she's a mother of 4, and she is a birth and postnatal doula. So she is very, very qualified in providing this advice. And again, it is advice that is based on our biology and our needs as a human and babies for our development. Okay, so that is a really good one if you're looking for extra help when it comes to sleep. But having that realistic expectation that broken sleep is normal, it is hard, but it's not going to last forever. And if you follow your baby, surrender to what your baby's needs are, then you'll actually get more sleep in the long run than if you're constantly stressing about sleep.